ask you to reach now, right? To stretch in mind, and to stretch in body, and to stretch in heart. So we're going to try and kind of lay down, right, a narrative, right, that works and makes sense, because when a narrative doesn't work, when it doesn't make sense, when you make up a narrative, it doesn't work, right? You need a narrative, as Michael said, that's coherent, right, that's compelling, right, that actually takes us there. I'm remembering a gentleman named Yuli Edelstein. I don't think anyone here knows him. He was a prisoner of conscience. Anyone remember the Soviet Union? Anyone remember here the Soviet Union? How many, show of hands, Soviet Union? Okay, so there was a gentleman named Brezhnev, who was the prime minister of the Soviet Union, and there was a gentleman named Jaruzelski. How many people remember Jaruzelski, right, Poland? Right, and when the labor unions were emerging before, right, as Raj said yesterday, that huge event happened that the Berlin Wall fell, and Brezhnev was going to visit Jaruzelski because there were problems in Poland. And Yuli Edelstein told me this story, and he told me that this story was traded around in Siberia in all the prison camps. This story kept people alive in the prison camps. So here was the story. The story was that Brezhnev goes to Jaruzelski. He's got to bring him a present. What present should he bring him? Well, he says, I'll bring him a present. I got to bring, what should I bring him? I'll have a painting of Lenin's famous trip to Poland. So he commissions a painting of Lenin's trip to Poland. The problem is Lenin had never visited Poland, right? Which was, but in communism, you kind of create a narrative, right? So they kind of convene everybody, like, give us a painting. No one wants to do it. There's this old Jewish dude, Rabinowitz, says, I can take care of that, not a problem. 3 weeks later, they're in the inner sanctum of the Politburo. Rabinowitz walks in, easel drape cloth like they do, unfolds, the painting, and there's a man, woman, fully engaged, right? And someone's screaming, I don't understand what's going on. Like, who's that woman, right? That's Ilya. Who's that man? Who's Ilya? Oh, that's Lenin's wife. Who's that man? Trotsky. And Brezhnev can't take it. Where's Lenin? I don't understand. Lenin's in Poland. So you can create a false narrative, but a false narrative can't take you home. So I want to work on the narrative for the next few minutes, and I want to actually engage everyone in the room and invite you to actually write a narrative. And I give you a promise, an absolute promise, that what you write in those 10 minutes that we write narrative, you'll remember your entire life. It's a game-changing moment. So here's the 2 lines that we've been working with, but I now want to go into them much deeper. Okay, let's kind of enter them. So the lines are, and you can say them with me. We've said them 10 times in the last 3 days. We live in a world of outrageous pain. The only response to outrageous pain is? Now, why are we using the word outrageous? Right? Why don't we just say love? Right? Because love has become an old word. Right? It's too tepid. Right? What's outrageous about? What's outrageous love? What's the word outrageous about? What is an outrage about? David Logan talked yesterday beautifully about outrage. What's outrageous? What's outrageous love mean? Outrageous love is more than ordinary love. Right? Outrageous love responds to outrageous pain. What's outrageous pain? How many people in their lives have experienced outrageous pain in their lives? Okay? Personal pain. Because we know what outrageous pain is. Now, what do I do with my wounds? Right? What do I do with my pain? Is it ever going to all go away? Will I ever work it out? Will I ever take the ultimate summer to make it go away? I won't. But so what do I do? Right? How do I respond to my outrageous pain? So my outrageous pain for most of us who raised their hands was personal. What other outrageous pain exists in the world? Right? We live in a new reality that never existed in the history of planet Earth, which is we actually know the degree that we know about suffering in the world today, only, as it were, God knew 100 years ago. And so we have more images coming at us, right, from CNN, from the web, from all sorts of virtual reality. We have more images of pain and suffering, because if it bleeds, it leads, right, coming at us, right, and know more about that reality than any other generation in history ever did in the history of planet Earth. Does everyone get that? It's actually a new psychosocial, spiritual, structural reality. We know about suffering in every corner of the world. Does everyone get that? So we live in a world of outrageous pain, not just my personal pain, not just my woundology that I'm kind of living in and creating my story out of and keep recreating my identity through that I can't move beyond, that I need to break through. Right? When I say outrageous pain, I'm not just talking about our personal wounds that we all have, and we're all holy and broken hallelujahs. And when we sang that song as our holy ritual, what we're saying is we're all holy and broken hallelujahs, right? Sometimes we took the name in vain, but ultimately, hallelujah. Hallelujah means like radical, wild, holelut, wild ecstasy, Yah. I'm breathing the breath of life. I'm alive, I'm awake. We live in a world of outrageous pain personally, but then I move beyond the personally, and I actually experience, if I'm alive, the outrageous pain of all of life. Now, what do I do when that happens? Now, stay with me in our narrative. What do I do? Right? What do I do? So what do the religions do? And I'm madly in love with the religions. I think the great religions are fantastic, and I think we need them, but we need to evolve them. Right? They're a piece of the story. But we need to evolve the source code of the religions that have great gifts. So the classical religions, what did they do with outrageous pain? They created something called theodicy. What's theodicy? An explanation of why it's happening. And I locked myself in a room when I was 27 years old, right, for about a year, trying to understand this, read every book I could possibly find. What do we do about outrageous pain? I know there's lots of religions. The New Age is a religion, right? It says the reason you suffer is because you've attracted it into your life, and because you've somehow done something wrong, and if you could actually fix that which you've done wrong, right, then it would actually be okay. And the religions say the same thing. You've sinned, so you've brought it into your life. But paradoxically, the religion of New Age and the religion of the religions are both saying the same thing, right? We're going to explain outrageous pain so we can get a degree of control back, and we're going to say you did it because you attracted it, you brought it into your life. Is that true? But partially true. There's some deep truth in that. A little sin going on, a little attracting into life going on. But the sin move and the attraction move is the same move. It's saying I'm not willing to stand before the mystery. I'm not willing to find the infinity of intimacy. I've got to explain how it works, because if I can't explain how it works, it's too painful, right? So we live in a world of outrageous pain, right? And the religions give us theodicies, right? Explanations. But actually, how do you explain outrageous pain? Is there any explanation for outrageous pain? No, you can't actually explain it. Outrageous pain is not a theological problem that you can explain. It's an intimacy problem. It's a violation of the intimacy of reality. Because the divine or the infinite, it's not just the infinity of power, but the infinite's the infinity of intimacy. And the infinity of intimacy is violated by outrageous pain. So how do I respond to outrageous pain? First off, I get the outrage of it. Right? God is outrage. Outrage is God. Meaning, you don't need an answer to the question of suffering, because there is no answer. And you cannot talk about Success 3.0 without being willing to incorporate the suffering of the world and to breathe it in. And if we don't breathe in the suffering of the world and respond to it, then we're involved in a gorgeous spiritual masturbation. And as Woody Allen said, sex with someone you love and good cuddling afterwards, but not where we want to go. You get that? Not where we want to go. Not where we want to go. Okay? Like, we've got to actually incorporate, right, the suffering. Right? So the way I incorporate the suffering is I say I reject the easy theodicies, and we actually say we got to respond to outrageous pain, first off, by recognizing that it's outrageous. And the answer to the great question of suffering is the question itself. Why am I screaming out it's not fair if there's no notion of fair? Why am I screaming out it's not beautiful if there's not beauty? Why am I screaming out it's not good if there's not goodness? Right? If the world is just tooth, eat, claw, if the world is happenstance and random, why would you possibly expect anything else? But when Dave Logan spoke yesterday of being outraged, what he meant was, I'm outraged because it's not the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be good and true and beautiful, and it's not, and so I'm outraged. So outraged is God. God is outrage. We live in a world of outrageous pain. The only response to outrageous pain is outrageous love. We live in a world of outrageous beauty. The only response to outrageous beauty is outrageous love. Right? Let's go to the next step. Let's kind of feel into it. So why do we close our hearts? Why do we do it? Why do we close our hearts? Do we close our hearts? Do we? Let's be just brutally honest. Do we close our hearts? Of course we do. Of course we do. And I remember being like 9 years old, and I'm thinking back into, I'm 9 years old, and Brother Michael, do you remember Biafra when that happened in Bangladesh? I remember Biafra, right, when Bangladesh, Pakistan, and I remember I'm watching for the first time on television in Bexley, Ohio, right? You know, I'm watching kind of what's going on. I'm 9 years old, and I'm crying on the couch. My mother comes in. She's like, why are you crying? And I look at the television, and I tell her what's going on. She turns off the TV. About 10 minutes later, I cut my finger like a paper cut, and my mother comes in, oh my God, you poor kid, right? And she takes care of me. And I remember being 9 years old, and I think to myself, this is fucked, right? Like, I just got a paper cut, right? My mother's like all over, like, and we just turn off the TV so we wouldn't have to look at that. Right? So why do we do that? Why do we turn off the TV? Right? Why do we shut our hearts? So the teachers tell us because we're locked in ego. Right? The Enlightenment teachers, evolutionary psychology, we're too narrow. I don't think so. I don't think we can actually dismiss the essential goodness of humanity. I don't think so. I don't think we're locked in ego. I don't think it's evolutionary psychology we're too narrow. You know why we shut down? So I want to kind of make you a wager, a holy wager. I would wager that any single person in this room, anyone without exception, if they felt they could actually heal that pain, they would stop everything they were doing. Everything. Give up everything. Shut down everything and spend all of their time and heal that pain and give all of their energy. Is that true about everybody in this room? Is that true? Is that true? Is it true? So why do we close our hearts? Because the gap between our ability to feel the pain and our ability to heal the pain is too great. Do you hear that? Because the gap between the ability to feel and the ability to heal is too great, we close our hearts. Because if you actually let it in and feel it, you become dysfunctional. You can't function, you can't move, you can't create, or you can't shift, you can't transform. So you've got to actually close your heart. Now here's the problem. You only have Bob Marley, one love. Thank you, Bob. Right? Respect, man, Jamaica. Right? No woman, no cry. Bob Marley. Okay? I went to his grave 2 years ago to pray for a day. It was awesome. Okay? Right? But there's one love. There's one heart. So here's the crazy deal. You can't shut your heart 1,000 times a year and think that the rest of your heart's going to remain open, right, to full intimacy with my children, my relationships, my circle of beloveds. So I shut my heart time and time and time again. But then I think, oh, but I got this other heart, and that heart I keep open, and this heart I keep shutting. No. One heart, one love. Right? One heart, one love. We actually have a new reality in the history of planet Earth, right, that Brother Michael and I have talked about many times, that never existed before in the history of planet Earth, where we're confronted with images of pain, as we said earlier, that only God knew, right? Only reality knew, right, 100 years ago. And then we have to shut our hearts again and again and again and again to go become successful. There is no success without opening our hearts. So what's the response to outrageous pain? We live in a world of outrageous pain. First off, it's outrageous. We recognize that it's outrageous. It's not okay. It's outrageous pain. It's not explainable by New Age thinking, not by theological thinking. It's outrageous. It's outrageous pain. We accept no theology that deadens our sensitivity to the pain. You get that? None, ever. Forget it. We're not interested. It's not kosher. What's our response to outrageous pain? Outrageous love. See, because pain is a violation of intimacy. So how do you restore intimacy? You have to feel it. You have to feel the infinity of intimacy. The infinity of intimacy. How do you feel it? By accessing outrageous love. Now stay with me for a second. Why are we calling it outrageous love? Is that just a kind of a catchphrase? Why is Dave talking about outrageous? Dave and I sat, I think in Chicago, a year ago, right, having breakfast, and we just fell in love over the word outrageous that we were both using because we couldn't find another word. Right? What's outrageous love? Outrageous love is not ordinary love, what Brother Michael was talking about. Ordinary love is a strategy of the ego. We got 3 big mistakes about love. We're wrong about the whole thing. 1 is we think love is a human experience. 2 is we think it's a particular human experience. It's an emotion. 3 is we think it's a particular emotion, right? It's infatuation, the stage of falling in love. So we've exiled love to the narrow human domain, to a particular emotional frame of the human domain, and to a particular experience that lasts for a very short time. And that's where love lives. So we've exiled love into a limited form of romantic love. That's ordinary love. And ordinary love is a very clever strategy of the ego. And if you make a list for most people of their love lists, you will find out that the same people who are on your egocentric security lists are on your love lists. Right? Love is a strategy of the ego. Outrageous love is something else. Outrageous love is what they call in Sufism, right? Love before creation. Right? There's love after creation, love before creation. I'll give it to you really simply. How many people have ever held hands with someone else? Anyone ever held hands? Kind of awesome, right? Now, if you hold hands with love after creation, it's sweet, it's nice. But if you hold hands with someone with love before creation, the world stands still. How many people here have ever had a baby in their arms? The baby's crying. Baby's crying. I have 4 kids. When you pick up a baby with love after creation, that love that you're kind of using to navigate life, the baby's like, whatever. But when you pick up a baby crying with love before creation, the baby melts into your arms and into the bliss of the infinite goodness and wonder of being alive. Right? Outrageous love is the love that initiates reality itself. And when I go down to Austin and I fall madly in love with John Mackey, that's God, reality meeting God. Right? It's the same that moves quarks to become molecules. It's the same force that moves us to contact, to recognition, to mutuality, to embrace. right? It's the love that moves the entire process. So outrageous love, when it awakens in you, you have the full force of the evolutionary power of all of reality awakening in you, and you awaken as an outrageous lover. And when you have that experience of outrageous love, you do not answer why there's outrageous pain, because you sit in the paradox. And part of success is being able to hold paradox, or being able to laugh and hold paradox. By Buddha was smiling. People that can hold paradox, right, can actually be successful. And holding the paradox, holding both sides, not needing to resolve. There's outrageous pain. We refuse any answer to outrageous pain. It's outrageous. God is in the outrage. The God you don't believe in doesn't exist, right? God is outrage. God's outrage is beauty, right? God's outrage itself when we say it's not fair. But where do we find the infinity of intimacy? In the outrageous love, which I can actually feel arising in me. How many people in their lives have ever had a moment where they felt they can relate to, touch this outrageous love I'm talking about, right? Now, you did the difference, not ordinary love, right? It's something completely different. Here's one quick difference. You kind of get it quickly, right? Love is an emotion. An emotion is energy in motion, hits one person, dies out, hits another person, maybe the secretary, right? Then hits another person, right? Then hits another person, right? And then it's gone, right? That's falling in love, right? Love, outrageous love, is not an emotion, it's a perception, right? To be a lover is to see with God's eyes, to shift perspectives and see the world from the perspective of infinite reality, from the perspective of divinity. That's what it means to be a lover, which means that if you fall in love with someone and our love lists are too short, our love lists are too short. Here's a practice for success. Fall in love with 10 people every day. Don't sleep with them, bad idea. Bad idea, okay? Don't start a romantic relationship with 10 people, bad idea, hard to manage. We can barely manage 1 or 2 or 3, okay? But I'm gonna tell you a little secret. God, or the goddess, is not monogamous, right? God's loving all over the place. Our love lists are too short. You wanna choose sexual monogamy as a path? Beautiful, bless it. It's definitely a gorgeous and holy path, among other paths. But love is not monogamous. Our love lists are so short. We've exiled love to ordinary love, and then we've exiled it again, right, to ordinary love between one person and a particular form of ordinary love, falling in love. And then we wonder why we feel totally empty, because we're disconnected to the essential evolutionary force running the whole thing. So the only response to outrageous pain is outrageous love. Now, how do you access outrageous love? And here's where we want to go in together, okay? How do you access outrageous love? So meditation is one path. Beautiful, blessed meditation. Prayer is a second path. We're not going to talk about either of those paths. They're important. It's a whole discussion. Prayer is not a cosmic vending machine deal. It's not that kind of prayer. Not that deal. Prayer is something else. Prayer is about an intelligent cosmos that hears you speak. But different conversation. I want to open up with you together, right, a third path. I want to ask you just to kind of like open your hearts, because we're about to do something together. There's a third practice, which is an esoteric practice, right, in some of the great traditions that got lost in World War II. So in my lineage, which is a Kabbalistic lineage originally before I initiated with a whole bunch of great friends, Sally Kempton, Ken Wilber, right, Brother Michael, we kind of started thinking world spirituality, right? But before then, I practiced as my core lineage a practice called Kabbalah. And in this lineage, right, there's a hidden practice that I could see alluded to in the texts. But I know that you're all familiar with the Holocaust. One of the things that people don't know is that in the Holocaust, the lineage of Kabbalah got broken. The lineage got broken. And actually, the masters were killed. And so many of the practices got lost. So I've been looking to find the practices. So there's a core practice, which is called the Song of Songs. And the Song of Songs, it is a book in the Holy Canon, which is an outrageous love letter that Solomon writes to his beloved. So here's a practice. It's a practice, a daily practice, not of prayer, not of meditation, but of writing outrageous love letters. Now, let me ask you a question. How many people here have ever written kind of a bad poem, a love poem to somebody when you were 17 or 18, you just kind of wrote this? How many people have written it? Right, good, right? Now, most people, pretty much everybody, then what happens is, then we lose it and we start sending something from Rumi, right? But here's the deal. Rumi died a few hundred years ago. He got nothing to do with you. Right? And if the best you can do is come up with a Rumi or Hafiz poem, then you suck, okay? How about actually becoming Rumi? How about actually accessing that outrageous love that lives in you? How about actually being an outrageous lover? So wake up as an outrageous lover. What does an outrageous lover do? You know the answer. An outrageous lover does what? commits outrageous acts of love. Which outrageous acts of love does an outrageous lover commit? Tell me. The unique, outrageous acts of love that are yours to commit. That's how you close the gap between your ability to feel and your ability to heal. You're not supposed to heal the whole thing. You don't need to heal the whole thing. It's not your responsibility to heal the whole thing. And the kind of bullshit that says, oh my God, I can't heal the whole thing, I'm going to close my heart, that's actually a way out of the story. Actually, I'm an outrageous lover. An outrageous lover commits outrageous acts of love every day. And which outrageous acts of love do I commit? Those that are mine to commit. I was not supposed to start Agape in Los Angeles. It's not mine to do. So therefore, when I meet Michael, I can fall madly in love with him. So, oh my God, awesome. Like, man, come here, man, give your dharma, right? We need your dharma, right? I mean, I couldn't start Whole Foods. There wouldn't even be one store. There'd be one aisle in one store, right? It wouldn't exist. That's not mine to do. I can't even figure out what to eat myself, right? Like, damn, right? But like, then I meet John, like, oh my God, the guy made a revolution. And there's no part of me, right, that wants what he has. I get just to be in devotion. I get to kneel and kiss the ground, and there's nothing between us. Right? Because, wow, because I've got unique, outrageous acts of love that are mine to commit and mine alone, and that means that I can then reclaim my power. Do you get that? I can reclaim my potency, right? Because when there's a gap between your ability to feel and your ability to heal, you lose potency, you lose power. How do you reclaim your power and become successful, become alive? By committing the outrageous acts of love that are mine to commit. But you can't do that from a place of external obligation. You have to do it from an actual outrageous love that's rising in you and that wants to commit those outrageous acts of love. Now, how do you access that? You access it, the new practice that we're committed to putting into the world, by writing outrageous love letters, right, every day. So you have in front of you, and we're going to do this practice right now, and I'm going to ask you to hold a complete silence of presence, because when you want to lose the flow, you bend over and say something clever to the person next to you, let it go. Okay? So you can either use a pen, use any pen, any pencil you want. If you don't have it, just ask someone next to you, right? Just get a piece of paper, whatever you got. Okay? But we put these in the chair this morning if you want to write on these for outrageous love notes. Okay? And let's kind of hold the space. I'm going to ask everyone, try the practice, do everything now in silence of presence. Shh. I'm going to be kind of a little rigorous here. Do it all in silence of presence. Just do it kind of so we can kind of hold the space together, okay? And we're going to do this practice that I've developed over the years and that Christina Kincaid, right, a kind of leader in this project, is kind of developed and unpacked, is kind of taking into the world, right, through the center. And that Brother Michael and I are going to work on, and I'm going to talk to Jack about tonight, right? Writing outrageous love letters, right? As a practice, meaning I am Rumi. Do you get that? It's the ecstatic evolutionary impulses arising in me. Just show of hands, right? We're going to hold the voice for a second. How many people need a pen? Everyone's good. How many people have a pen? Everyone's got it. Everyone's good? So here we go. So we're going to go 3 steps, and then we're going to write. And I'm going to just give you a couple of instructions. We're going to write, and then we'll see what happens. We're going to ask a couple of people afterwards to kind of hang with us and share with us. But just kind of find the steps. Let's go back to the very beginning. We're reframing the Dharma, and we're reweaving the field of outrageous love, the outrageous love field, which is the 0-point field in physics, which is the quantum field beyond quantum physics, where the quantum reality breaks beyond the quantum into ordinary reality, breaking into Newtonian physics and actually realizing the entanglement of all of reality with each other, the interconnectedness and the intertwined nature of all, and there is no separation. We've woken up beyond the myth of separation, and we're now asking the question, who are you? Are you willing to play the largest game there is? Are you willing to participate in the evolution of love? Right? Who are you? But in the old world, who are you? You fell into no self. Silence. But when we actually emerge, we realize, who are you? You are, say the sentence with me, in your heart or out loud. Who are you? You are an irreducible, unique expression of the love intelligence, Brother Michael, and the love beauty. That is the initiating and animating eros of all that is, that lives in you, as you, and through you, that never was, is, or will be ever again other than through you. And there is a corner of the world that is unloved that waits for you and will remain unloved until you become God, Goddess, and liberate that corner of the world by identifying your unique gift to give into and to address that unique need in your unique circle of intimacy and influence that can be addressed by you and you alone. And that is the reality of our space in this planet. And not to know that is to be asleep. That's asleep. That is the nature of evolution, is the unfolding of uniqueness to higher and higher levels of precision and consciousness. And when uniqueness wakes up in its intelligence, it is the universe waking up as you irreducibly. So the love intelligence of all of reality is flowing through uniquely. I mean, there's no way I could have made Alice Cooper a rock star. It wouldn't have happened. Shep, what were you thinking, man? Like, oh my God, and oh my God, he's beautiful, right? That wild creativity of a unique self. And Randolph, right? Last night, like, oh my God, right? Like, wow. But then there's Sean Raymer, and there's Victoria, right? And there's Peter, right? And there's Sarah, right? And there's Terry. And we're all irreducibly unique expressions of love intelligence. And if you think that's a new age idea, you're so freaking asleep. Right? That is the best notion of emergence theory at this moment in time. And Steve McIntosh has written beautifully on the reemergence of emergence theory, and he's dead on right. Right? Actually, the reemergence of emergence theory in this moment is the realization that reality is intelligent. Right? Even people are completely anti any notion of purpose. Reality is intelligent. And intelligence appears uniquely, and it appears uniquely in your love intelligence, which means that all of reality conspired, breathed together, right, to manifest your unique intelligence, to address a unique dimension, right, of, right, need in the world that only you can address. And as Jack said yesterday, right, he mentioned the name of the person on the bottom left of his slide, whose name I don't remember right now, right? Right, and there he was in South Korea, North Korea, giving out wheelchairs. And at that moment, he'd never been happy. He'd gone through level 1, right stuff, not right stuff, better right stuff, but level 4 was, I'm serving. It just blew my heart open. Like, there it was, right? There it was, the unique expression of love intelligence, right, as someone held on to his foot and said, I want to remember your face so I'll recognize who you are when we meet again in heaven. I just cried through the whole thing. That's unique self. It's the whole story. That's it, right? That's it. That's why we're alive. And you know what? You know what? No wounds, no therapy, right? No Prozac, right? No seminar, no 7 steps, no commodified sold love is ever going to fill the hole that Shep talked about last night until I awaken as that irreducibly unique expression of the love intelligence and give my unique gifts. Because until I do that, I'm in the hole. Until then, I'm not awake, I'm not alive. But how do you do it? You've got to access outrageous love. How do we access outrageous love? We write outrageous love letters. We become Rumi. So here it is. You can write it to yourself. You can write it to a friend. You can write it to reality. You can write it to source. You can write it to someone in your life who's kind of half invisible that you've never really recognized. But when you write outrageously. Write as the true nature of your reality. Write with wild exaggeration, which might vaguely begin to approximate the true reality. Because it's only when you wildly exaggerate, you actually begin to see the way it really is. Which is why John said, there I was, kind of, and I dropped something, right? And it was a particular kind of a medicine, as they call it these days, because no one wants to acknowledge anything else. And that medicine awakened me, and I said, this wild exaggeration of reality, and I recognized the nature of reality. So writing outrageous love letters, right? Step in, be Rumi. Be who you are. Be an outrageous lover, awakened through writing outrageous love letters. And on 3, I'm going to invite you to start writing. Don't think. Write. Write from that place of outrageous love, which is not ordinary love. It's not a strategy of the ego. It is the unique love intelligence that lives in you, that conspired and breathed together to manifest you uniquely in the world in a way that no one else was. And on 3, I want to ask you to write. And we're going to write for 3 minutes, but write everything you have, outrageous love. 1, 2, 3, write. Don't miss the opportunity. wild, ecstatic, awake, alive. One more minute. Don't hold back. This is it. Can't be late. It's happening right now. Take 30 more seconds. Okay. How many people, show of hands, as you're finishing? Finish up. How many people wrote? How many people in the room wrote? Okay, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. So of those people, hands up, I want to ask like 4 or 5. This microphone in the middle of the aisle on the left. 4 or 5 over here with your hands up. 4 or 5 of you. Kind of, if you're willing to, I'm going to step into the room and actually share with us so we can actually hear the voice of outrageous love in the room. Let's go hold a silence of presence. Let's hold a silence of presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, this microphone over here. Thank you. I'll wait till it's like kind of 4 or 5 people over here. Okay, we got a couple. Good. Good, good, good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, great. Take it away. Just say your name. Someone kind of grab the mic and adjust it. Just anyone there? Or Terry? Thank you, Terry. And we're now going to receive. So this is the place we're actually holding the space.
It's okay.
We're holding the space. We're holding a holy, sacred, wild, ecstatic, audacious, humble silence of presence. Share your name.
Sharon. I don't know who I wrote this to.
Okay.
The place you feel in my heart and being is open and flows with outrageous love and commitment to you and your unique contribution in the world. I know you as who you are in your heart of hearts. I hold your heart in mine and I keep it safe, aware of its separate beat, but joined with my own. It will continue to flow between us for all time and out of time.
Give it up. But really, fully generous. Give it up. Receive outrageous love. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. And actually clap. The clapping is a practice. It's not a politeness. You know, blank the politeness thing. Clap as a practice and let all of your outrageous love go into it. Over here. Give us your name, brother.
My name's Michael. This is a love letter to the condor, the vulture. Your mycelial hunger and unquenchable thirst to consume and contribute the very molecules with which to build all possibility. Your hot breath and fiery juice protects your feet from the rot and stink of carrion with love in the form of willingness to surrender and sacrifice palatability for love.
I'm Pat. My outrageous pain at the loss of 2 beloved husbands has gifted me with the ability to love, help, guide, connect with others. For in their outrageous pain...
Who is this a love letter to?
To them.
Okay, so I want to ask you as the practice, don't write a story about yourself.
Okay.
Write a love letter.
Okay.
Right, write a love letter to the person. If you want to practice again, you can sit and rewrite it. And I want to get to the practice. The practice is not a story about myself. It's a love letter to them directly.
Okay.
You get that?
Okay. Can
Okay.
I change?
Yeah,
Does that
totally.
help?
Go.
Okay. So in your outrageous pain comes a place for the birth of a relationship with a loving God. I want you to have this gift.
Yeah, give her a big hand. Thank you. That's it. Simple, clear, beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm Sandra Leidesdorf, and I wrote this letter to you. Wake up, show up, and kick ass every day. Where are the children? The children need to have a presence. It's not the kids' fault, they're foundational. We have a rare and unique opportunity to heal their pain. Let's focus on their troubled souls. Education is a basic human right. Equal access to development and
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you. Okay, I'm going to teach the practice here.
Okay.
That's a speech. Okay, right? An outrageous love
Yeah.
letter is, and we're going to learn the practice here.
Okay.
Okay, is completely personal. I want to ask you to actually sit for a second, write it again, and come back.
Okay.
As an outrageous, not a speech. It's not a self-story. It's an outrageous love letter. You're roomy. Right, you're speaking to someone directly. You're saying, "You're so beautiful. I see you. You're wild." Right, I'm fully filled with adoration to reality to a person. I want you to actually take a second. You're awesome. Right, do it kind of reloaded.
Okay.
Write it again personally, and then come back. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Take it away.
Where am I?
Okay, I didn't know who it was to, but I think it's to God. The world deserves love, peace, and excitement. I love that it's all possible and that the design of human and now knowledge allows for infinite grand adventure. Our job now is to set up the structures which allow for infinite and joyous adventures for the whole world and not just for humanity.
Great. Now I want you everyone to stay with it. Fantastic. Give him a huge hand. Give him a huge hand. And I'm going to keep putting the practice into the space. Look at how we kind of move out of the second person. Right? We kind of move into kind of a talk about it. Right? Right? So I'm going to ask you again, Peter, if you're up for it, the challenge.
Yes.
Sit down and rewrite it as an outrageous love letter to a personal force that's holding you. Directly personal, erotic, personal, alive, pulsing, not about it. Right?
Yes.
You willing to give it a reloaded?
Absolutely.
Go. So we're going to call
Okay.
you back. Okay. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Maggie. This is a thank you note to God.
Okay.
Thank you, God, for this beautiful day and this beautiful universe in which we live and grow and learn. I am continuously astounded by the beauty of your creation. Let me be your instrument of love, sharing with the world so everyone can see that they are a unique expression of you, beautiful just the way they are.
Thank you. Give it up. Thank you very much. Awesome. Give it up. Outrageous love. Shoshana.
This is a love letter to my grandfather. Kindness, spare change in a cup. He just died, so kindness, spare change in a cup, blanket on cold shoulders, soup in a bowl. Beauty, leaves falling freely, gold and auburn, amber, wrinkles deep in the corner of wise eyes, laughter and movement, love, bundles of wild flowers on freshly turned grave, leading with wizened, gnarled hands to our special pew, singing wet, slick, soapy in the shower.
Amen. Give it up. Rumi couldn't have done it better. Take it away.
My name's John. Exploding with intuitive, heart-led
Who
understanding.
you writing to?
I'm writing to the universe.
Okay.
Exploding with intuitive, heart-led understanding to the separation that was created so we could experience the divine pleasure of transcending the space through the most beautiful modality of becoming love. My human experience of awakening to this possibility vibrates with every particle in my being, as every particle in my being vibrates in love with myself, which is the love committed to the birth of the universe.
Give it up. Outrageous love. Outrageous love. Give it up. Take it in. Heather.
To the universe, the microcosm and the macrocosm, the individual and all, the illusion and the truth. I am you, you are me. Love is the ultimate truth, the fullest experience of all that is, and you are love. You are love. Deep, satisfying, passionate, paradigm-shattering love. Love is the very fabric of being, the absolute force that holds the particles of the universe together, that spins existence from the void. The void and existence are one. Your fabric, your structure, your very being is love.
Give it up. Outrageous love. Outrageous love. Go.
This is a love letter to life and the life that exists in consciousness and as a divine presence.
Give it to us.
You like the ocean water that kisses the shore for a moment and recedes, like the wind caressing the sea oats that moves them, makes them tremble with the awareness that they were touched and moved by love. You whose presence is felt only in the now and in the infinite. You who is precious, you who is real, you as a vehicle to touch everyone and everything with your divine presence. You are love. You are you, you are me, you are love.
Rumi couldn't have done it better. Amen. Outrageous love. Outrageous love. Take it away.
This is a letter to me, to you, and to everyone. It's time to stop letting the fears in your mind stop you from realizing your immense opportunity to be who you are truly meant to be. Rip off the shackles and learn that they are merely figments of your own insecurities and doubts. You're meant for big things if you allow yourself to be truly yourself. Break through the fear because nothing amazing ever happened in your comfort zone. The awesome shit is over there at the other side of fear. It's time for you to be brave, to push through your fear, and to be who you were meant to be.
Amen. Outrageous love. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Take it, sister. Take it over there. Take it in.
Yes, okay.
Name you're writing to,
Jen.
read it. Go.
Okay. You are a beautiful, powerful, all-knowing light of the universe. You have a unique expression that is so enthralling, so soft and gentle and kind and sweet. You are full of immense love, and when I'm in your presence, I can feel the lifetimes of rich, deep love flowing through your veins and glowing through your intense, all-knowing eyes, which hold a space for me to just be and to feel and to be present in this moment. In holding you, I know your soul, and I know the soul of the universe. I am one with it all. I am love. We are love. I, we, see, be.
Amen. Rumi, thank you. Outrageous love. You'll begin to grow in the room. Go.
I'm Samantha, and this is a love letter to my own soul, the soul of all beings, and the part of all of our soul
Give
that
it,
is
read it,
enmeshed
read it. Read it to
with
us.
all
No
beings.
speech. Read it. Go. Let's love us.
Who are you? You who have always been here. You who have always loved. You who have died 18,000 times only to crawl your way back into a human skin. Your breath is a sweet rhythm. Your body a cosmic chalice. Your human heart a lioness guarding the balance of living and dying. This sweet, bitter world is your playground. This soil, your flesh. This sunlight, your soul stream. You are the one who makes this world home. You are a mystery, and you shall be known.
Outrageous love. Give it up. Now let's freeze frame the room right now. Thank you. Thank you, Outrageous. Let's freeze frame the room. Everyone look at the room right now. Everyone look at the room right now. Okay? We've got 30 more seconds. Look at the room. Look at the people standing here. Look at the people standing here. Everyone in the room wrote an outrageous love letter. Here's the question. As you were writing your outrageous love letter, did you say, why am I alive? What's the meaning of life? I'm broken. Right? I shouldn't be here. I'm filled with existential angst. Right? Prozac, where is it? Right? Not one of us, as we wrote an outrageous love letter, was filled with anything but outrageous love. How many people, when they wrote the outrageous love letter, felt alive? Right? Felt awake? Right? Felt uniquely intelligent in your own love intelligence. That's what writing an outrageous love letter is. And from that place, we commit outrageous acts of love. So here we are, last 30 seconds. You ready? So who are you? You are an outrageous love letter. Written from reality to itself, signed with your name. You are an outrageous love letter, written from reality to itself, signed with your name, and living fully awake, alive, as an irreducibly unique expression of the creative evolutionary impulse. Living fully alive and giving your unique gifts is your love letter back, right, to all of reality, and so it is. Amen. 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 Now let's, all the people standing, thank you so much. Like big blessings to your outrageous love letters. Big blessings. Let's kind of just hold the space. We'll kind of find our seats. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.